Ever feel like you're just throwing darts in the dark when it comes to managing your IBS? Like, what works for your friend totally backfires on you.
Ugh, yeah. It's so frustrating.
Right. But what if you could actually get a diet personalized to like your specific
Ah,
genes?
that would be game changing.
Well, get this. We've got 5 new articles about this study out of Clinical Gastroenterology and Hepatology, and it's exploring exactly that genetically tailored diets for IBS.
It's pretty cutting edge stuff. This study could honestly change how we approach IBS treatment. Instead of the whole one size fits all thing, we might be looking at like dietary recommendations based on your actual
Okay,
DNA.
so back up for a sec. IBS, we know it's super common, millions, worldwide, but the problem is there's no one cause.
Right.
So treatment is a total nightmare. You're stuck trying all these different diets, meds, hoping anything sticks.
And that's where this research comes in. It's all about nutrigenetics.
Okay, so is that like how our genes affect how we react to food?
Exactly. Like lactose intolerance.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have that gene variation, can't digest lactose. Well, this study is saying maybe there's a similar gene diet link for IBS, especially with how we process carbs.
Gotcha. And so that's where these hCAZymes come in. What are those?
So think of hCAZymes like tiny little machines, but in your body. They're enzymes, and they're crucial for breaking down carbs in your gut.
Okay.
And get this, the study found that variations in the genes that make these hCAZymes can affect how well someone with IBS responds to a low-carb diet.
Hold on. So are you saying that not all hCAZyme genes are like equal?
Exactly. Some versions are way better at processing certain carbs. And this is the wild part. People with certain hCAZyme gene variations, they saw a huge improvement on a low-carb diet, especially those who have, mostly diarrhea.
Whoa, wait, so a genetic test could tell me if going low carb would actually help MYIBS. That's crazy.
I know, right? Imagine that. No more generic diet advice. Your diet's tailored to your genes.
Okay, so walk me through the study. What did they actually do?
So they had 250 IBS patients and compared a low FODMAP to one of the usual IBS medications. You familiar with low FODME?
Yeah, it's like cutting out certain carbs that can trigger IBS,
I
right?
got it. So they found that people with certain hCAZyme variations did way better on the low FODMA diet, like much better than those on the meds. It really shows you the power of like personalized nutrition, based on your genes.
So it wasn't that low FODMAP was just better overall. It was better because of their genes.
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't just like everyone on low FODMA wins. It was specific. And that's the big thing here, right? It could like totally change how we think about treating IBS.
This is pretty exciting stuff, but I'm guessing we're not all going to run out and get our hCAZyme genes tested just yet. More research needed.
You got it. This is one study, right? If it holds up, make sure it applies to different people, different types of IBS, all that.
Speaking of different types, the articles mentioned other personalized approaches to IBS, not just like low carb or low FODMAP. What else is there?
Well, there's pharmacogenomics.
Pharmaco what now?
Pharmacogenomics. It's basically like how your genes affect how your body handles meds.
Okay, so like why one IBS drug works great for someone but does nothing or even makes things worse for someone else.
Exactly. With pharmacogenomics, we could maybe predict how someone will respond to a drug based on their genes. So, yeah, more targeted treatments, fewer side effects, hopefully.
It's like instead of just trying random meds and crossing your fingers, you get a like roadmap for what might actually work. Okay, what about that gut-brain connection? The articles mentioned that too, right? Like it plays a role.
Oh, yeah, the gut-brain connection. It's super complex.
Yeah.
But, like, hot topic in IBS research right now, basically, we're finding more and more evidence that the gut microbiome, all the bacteria in our gut,
Yeah.
they can actually talk to our brains.
Wait, what? Our gut bacteria are like chatting with our brain? That's wild.
It is. And get this, the makeup of your gut microbiome can be affected by tons of things, like your genes, your diet, even just like your lifestyle.
So, like, all roads lead back to personalized treatment in a way.
Kinda, yeah.
So, hold on. Could we actually, like, change the gut microbiome, maybe through diet or something, and then would that help IBS symptoms?
It's possible. Some studies say specific probiotics or dietary changes can help, like rebalance the gut microbiome, which then might help with IBS symptoms. But honestly, we need a lot more research to really get how the gut microbiome, genes, and IBS all fit together.
It seems like we're just starting to understand all this, like the tip of the iceberg with personalized medicine and IBS, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
There's so much we don't know.
Yeah.
But the stuff we talked about today gives us a peek into the future. Imagine IBS treatment that's not a guessing game anymore, but targeted to you, like your unique biology.
I mean, that would be incredible, wouldn't it? Knowing exactly what your gut needs to, like, thrive.
Oh, absolutely. Like,
Yeah.
it's a whole different way of thinking about healthcare, right? Not
Hmm.
just reacting to problems, but preventing them.
Mm.
Like knowing your risks and taking action based on your genes.
Mm. Yeah. And for anyone listening who's dealt with IBS, like, forever, this has got to feel pretty hopeful.
For sure. Like finally some answers instead
I
of
know.
just guesswork, you know?
Mm.
And it puts you back in control. Your genes, your microbiome, they don't have to be this like mystery that controls your life.
It really makes you think, what would be the most impactful part of all this for you? Like,
Yeah.
imagine knowing for sure, like, this food's going to trigger my symptoms, but this one's totally fine.
Oh, for me, definitely being able to eat without worrying all the time. No more second guessing every meal, you know, just like freedom and less stress around food.
Yeah, that would be huge. And think about what it could mean for healthcare overall, like fewer unnecessary tests, treatments that actually work the first time, maybe even lower costs in the long run.
Exactly. Better for everyone, right?
Mm.
Patients get better and the system's more efficient. It's pretty awesome to see this shift toward personalized medicine like really happen.
Well, there you have it, our deep dive into personalized diets for IBS. It's early days, but man, the potential is huge. Maybe someday we'll be doing a deep dive into your personalized plan. But until then, keep learning, keep those guts happy, and we'll catch you next time.